What's up, fight fans? This is going to be yet another live stream. And as you can see from the title, we're looking first at what Canelo has said. Actually, Canelo put out a statement talking about facing a opponent that the fans would want him to face. And he couldn't find the right opponent to face. And I find that complete and utter bullshit. Surveys, and there have been surveys several places. The fans wanted Canelo to face Demetrius Andrade. We even conducted a survey here, and Demetrius Andrade's name keeps on coming up as number one. But when we look at the list of people that Golden Boy wanted to face, Demetrius Andrade's name was nowhere to be found. They didn't want anything to do with Demetrius Andrade, and now it's very obvious that Canelo wants nothing to do with Demetrius Andrade. And the fact that they're talking about the right opponent is such an inflammatory statement, given that Demetrius Andrade is right there with the WBO belt. Canelo claiming that he wanted to be the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, and all of a sudden we do not get this fight. That should happen. We, the fans, wanted it. We've seen it in a number of polls throughout YouTube and other places. And most of these people are fans of Canelo. So I do not understand the logic. I don't know what the zone is thinking. It would be rather stupid for the zone not to have this fight. This fight should still happen. September 14th is not that far away. We still have the month of August. We are right now at almost the end of July. We are on what is today? Today is the 20 something of July. We can still have this fight. Andre's going to be ready. Canelo's going to be ready. I think he'll have about 6 weeks before the fight happens. It's more than enough time. With Pacquiao Thurman, it was 6 weeks they needed. So, I mean, it's really up to Golden Boy, and I think the main culprit in this whole thing is fucking Oscar De La Hoya. He does not want to do any business with Matchroom for reasons unknown to me. And I think Oscar is really an asshole in that respect, because we saw Danny Jacobs versus Canelo Alvarez. That fight did good numbers. So I don't understand why not a Canelo versus Demetrius Andrade. It makes all the fucking sense in the world to be an undisputed middleweight champion. And then if Canelo wants to face Gennady Golovkin next, he can do that because he'll be undisputed world champion. There'll be undisputed belts up for grabs next year. So to see that they prefer not to face Demetrius Andrade and face absolutely no one, I have to call that a duck. It's a fucking duck. That's what it is. Canelo is ducking Demetrius Andrade. That's the only way to put it, because he's not facing anyone. A duck is qualified as such, that a person will not face an opponent with a better opponent. So if he had faced somebody who was better than Demetrius Andrade, wouldn't be called a duck. As it is, and as it stands, he is ducking Demetrius Andrade. It is very obvious he's avoiding Demetrius Andrade, who is in absolute position for Canelo to face him. He is the WBO champion. Canelo has the other three belts. He has not lost the IBF belt. He has not been stripped of the IBF belt. He was mandated to face Derevchenko, but he has not been stripped at present of the IBF belt. All he had to do was say he was doing a fucking unification, and the IBF would give him a pass. That is a unification to face Demetrius Andrade, but that motherfucker would not mention Demetrius Andrade. He is nowhere on the radar, and so I have to call this a duck. He's not supposed to face Jamal Charlo. There's no reason for him to face Jamal Charlo at present, because the fucking WBC made him franchise champion, which means that Jamal Charlo is no longer his mandatory. So the WBC helps Canelo to avoid his mandatory. Nothing's wrong with that, per se. I mean, okay, we can let that go. But this other point here with this unification, it was Canelo Alvarez out of his own fucking mouth. Canelo said that he was going to, by the end of this year, go for the undisputed championship. And now all of a sudden, he's not doing what he said. And the first time, I think, that Canelo's not doing what he said. All right? So that is fucked up, as far as I'm concerned. I have not seen this fuckery from Canelo before. I am I'm very disappointed. It reminds me a little bit of when Floyd fought Andre Berto instead of facing some young, strong champion, or just someone who, like a Danny Garcia, someone who was relevant at the time. Andre Berto was not fucking relevant at all. It's like people were watching, saying, "Berto, why the fuck would we want to see Berto versus Floyd?" Like everybody was scratching their heads. And so that is one of the fuckeries about boxing that I don't like. And right now, at this point in time, there's nothing else to describe this but a duck. He's ducking Demetrius Andrade. He ain't trying. He's ducking and dodging him, and I don't understand why. Demetrius Andrade has done nothing to deserve this, and Canelo, I don't understand why he's doing that. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Not even in terms of dollars and cents. In no manner of way does it make sense. So Canelo ducking Demetrius Andrade, that's what it is. It's a duck. There's nothing else to call it. If he faced an opponent, even if Sergey Kovalev or someone who was on Demetrius Andrade's level or better, we could say something. He's not facing anybody. He's just completely ducking the division. He's ducking. This is what this is. This is a fucking duck. And there's no other way to describe it. And I feel so bad because I am a Canelo supporter. And I don't understand why there's no reason to do this. None whatsoever. None. You know. There's no reason to do this. So, Golden Boy is fucking up their program. Canelo, if it was up to Canelo, hopefully he would have faced Demetrius Andrade. But I believe that Oscar De La Hoya and his fuck self is fucking this up right now. And I wouldn't be surprised Oscar De La Hoya is the guy behind this shit. If it is Canelo behind it, then Canelo is an idiot as well. But I'm saying it again. I'm not trying to be a fanboy or something. He should face Demetrius Andrade. I don't understand why he's not facing Demetrius Andrade. I don't give a flying fuck about DAZN and what they want, because DAZN has only been making money through Canelo. Okay? And DAZN pushing a third Triple G fight is stupid. It's just damn stupid. Okay? DAZN right now should have Canelo facing Demetrius Andrade. GGG said they didn't want Demetrius Andrade fight, and they fucking ducked Demetrius Andrade because Steve Rose is not a Demetrius Andrade. Okay? And now I'm hearing Jaime Munguia, who's not a Demetrius Andrade. You have a Demetrius Andrade in your fucking division who's on the same fucking network as you, yet you're looking for Jaime Munguia to face? Get the fuck out of here. Alright? And as for Canelo, he doesn't even want to fight anymore, which shows me he's ducking. That's called a duck. Both Canelo and GGG had ducking Demetrius Andrade because he's the WBO champion. He's not a mandatory for anybody, but he's the WBO champion. He's with fucking DAZN, so there's no problems because they're on the same fucking television network. And on top of that, or streaming service, on top of that, I know Matchroom and Golden Boy have problems or issues all of a sudden. But at the same time, Demetrius Andrade has beaten his opponent soundly and put himself in a position to be selected by Canelo. And then Canelo goes out and says the stupidest thing in the world, that I want to be undisputed champion by the end of the year. This is your opportunity. Then all of a sudden, he started picking every fucking opponent but Demetrius Andrade. Sergey Kovalev. Triple G. Jaime Munguia. Who the fuck are they? Huh? Why would I want to see any of those fights? I don't give a fuck for any of those fights. Thank God Sergey Kovalev said, fuck you, Canelo. And he went and he's facing Anthony Yarde. That's a good fight. You know? Anthony Yarde. Right? Fuck Canelo. And I don't care if they say Kovalev is pricing himself out. And I notice all the media, even black media, are just like, oh, yeah. Just giving Canelo a pass. Oh, yeah, I could imagine Canelo versus Kovalev. And I'm like, fuck out of here with that shit. All right? If you're going to do something that makes fucking sense. All right? Going all the way up to light heavyweight makes no fucking sense when you have 3 of the belts at middleweight and you just need one more belt to become undisputed champion. And there's a great contender right in the fucking middleweight division. But you're going all over the universe. You'll fight everybody else but that guy. It's called a duck. And motherfucking Canelo is ducking. You're a fucking duck, Canelo. And I hate to be saying it like this, but your fans, and we've done multiple polls. Your fans wanted you to face Triple G, wanted you to face Demetrius Andrade. That's who they wanted you to face. All right. And you're saying you want to have a fight that satisfies the fans? Then get off your fucking ass and face Demetrius Andrade. That's what your fans want. That's what your fans want. Do as many polls as you want. You'll see. They want you to face Demetrius Andrade. So, your fans want you to face Demetrius Andrade. So what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you doing? You're ducking right now. You're fucking ducking. Okay? And I have to call it for what it is. And I'm angry because it's like, why are you not wanting to face this guy? Do you think he's going to beat you? But what is your fucking problem? What did Oscar tell you? Because Oscar's an asshole as far as I'm concerned. What did Oscar tell you? You need to face, I don't give a fuck what DAZN tells you. You're the dictate, you dictate what the fuck is going to go down. So unless you choose to become heavyweight fucking champion of the world, right at this point in time, nobody gives a fuck about any other division. Right now, unless you want to face Billy Joe Saunders or Callum Smith, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? So get off your ass and face Demetrius Andrade. And face him. If you can't face him in the Mexican holiday, face him sometime this year. But face that motherfucker. Face that motherfucker. Face him. And stop with the bullshit. Okay? This is what the fans want. Alright? And you've been ignoring the fans. Your fans. Canelo fans. Alright? I will do another poll. I will do another fucking poll. And in that poll, I will ask the fans of Canelo Alvarez, who do they want Canelo to face next? And I will put the list of names again before him. Obviously, Sergey Kovalev is off the table. So I will put names such as Triple G, Demetrius Andrade, Hyman the Ass Munguia, because he's been mentioned, and Callum Smith. Okay? That's 4 names. Those are the names I'll put. And then the fans will have to pick one of those guys. So I don't give a fuck if Golden Boy and Matchroom have issues right now. Get that fucking fight to happen. Make that fuck. That's the fight that makes the most fucking sense to me. And it sets up Canelo for whatever he wants to do afterwards. If he wants to face Triple G, if he wants to face Charlo, if he wants to rematch Danny Jacobs, if he wants to go up and face Billy Joe Saunders. But finish the fucking course. Finish what you said you was going to do before the end of the year. I don't give a fuck if you do it on a Mexican holiday or not. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Just make sure and make that fight happen. And if Oscar the fucking fuck-ass De La Hoya better get off his fucking ass and make that fight happen. Okay? And don't tell me, oh, Demetrius Andrade's got a difficult style. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Make the fucking fight happen. Alright? And y'all stalling and y'all not even making that fight happen only shows me your lack of confidence to face Demetrius Andrade. And I don't think it's come from Canelo in this camp because they got all the tools to beat that motherfucker. It's coming from fuck-ass Oscar De La Hoya. And I don't know what his issues with Eddie Hearn, but fuck-ass Oscar De La Hoya again is fucking up the waters. He's fucking up the waters. Okay? So fuck-ass Oscar De La Hoya needs to get off his fucking ass and make that fucking fight happen. You're called a promoter. You're not called Mr. Protect Canelo Alvarez. Alvarez don't need no protection. Get off your fucking ass and make that fucking fight happen. Okay? Alright. So I was watching Pernell Whitaker's fight against Felix Trinidad or Tito Trinidad. And I began to realize, I've seen this also in one of his fights against Pios. There are times when Whitaker just gets flat-footed and he decides, I'm going in for the kill. I'm going to try and stalk this guy and knock his ass out. So the game plan was, because he lost to Oscar De La Hoya the way he lost to him, He decided the only way to get the decision was to put it into his own hands and knock out Tito Trinidad. So Pernell Whitaker came in with a strategy that he was going to try and break down Tito to the body and knock his ass out. So he just really came in with a different strategy altogether, and that's why he lost the fight. So Tito ended up. It was a competitive fight in my opinion, and people were saying certain things like hard right hand by that Tito Trinidad, and it wasn't really landing nothing, but it is what it is. So at the end of the day, Tito did knock down Pernell Whitaker. I think it was in the second round when Pernell Whitaker was pressing him and really landed some nasty body punches. Tito didn't like it, so he would use his forearm to keep Whitaker off of him. People was talking about Tito's great jab. His jab wasn't that great. He did catch him with the right hand a couple times. But Whitaker was game. He was fucking game all the way through. I mean, he fought that guy. He roughed him up on the inside. He landed some nasty body punches on the inside on Tito Trinidad. Tito Trinidad's a strong motherfucker. Tito Trinidad did catch him with the right ever so often, but not that often. And Whitaker was flat-footed. He was moving his head off center because he was trying to stalk down Tito. Tito did back him up a couple times, but basically Whitaker was the aggressor throughout that fight. Whitaker knew he was going to lose the fight if he didn't knock Tito out, and he was going for broke, and that's why he lost so many rounds, because his approach was, I need to knock this motherfucker out. So it wasn't that Tito outboxed Whitaker, now that I watched that fight. It was that Whitaker actually he decided I need to get a KO, so he was going for the KO, and it didn't happen, you know. So that's basically the fight. His father advised Tito, you are headed in this fight, you know, try not to box safe as possible. And he tried. I mean, Whitaker still got on the inside, still landed punches on him. But, you know, he just couldn't get him. He couldn't drop him. He couldn't drop him. He couldn't stop him. You know, so that's what happened in that fight, really. It was a good-ass fight, though. It was very lively. And Whitaker can punch. No matter what people say, he can punch. He got Tito in trouble a couple times. He can punch. Tito did get him in trouble, too. But also, the knockdown by Tito was actually a flash knockdown. He caught Whitaker off balance when Whitaker was trying to throw. I think he was leaning in, and he snapped back, and he snapped all the way down. Fell all the way down. But it's all good, man. It was a good fight. Kudos to Tito on getting the win. Whitaker coming off of a 1 year and 5 month layoff. So all of that was I guess. But you can't make no excuses. Tito beat him fair and square. So it is what it is. And that cocaine, Whitaker, you can't be using that cocaine and expect your body to be fine. I'm just saying. Anyways, people, that's the end of the stream. I hope you guys have a good one. And I got to get out of here. You guys stay safe, stay good. Peace. Your boy gone.